Hey, what's going on, guys? I want to share with you my latest completed build. Actually, this is something that I had like 90% done and just like sitting on my desk for probably about a year. Now, just to let you guys know, first of all, what you're looking at here. So this is a 1/35th scale SAFS or Super Armored Fighting Suit from MechatroWeGo. It's the capsule toy version. So if you guys seen, I've done a couple of videos on just the little, I think, yeah, just a couple of videos on the capsule toy little MechatroWeGo kits. They're really cool, really simple, but really nicely detailed. And then the little girl figure that they're looking at is from a 1/35th scale MechatroWeGo set. So the little MechatroWeGo robots do come with little human figures as well, one boy and one girl. And so that is what I've put together here and assembled them on top of this very simple, just little wood block. It's just a cut off part of a 2x4. So there's nothing really too crazy about that, but yeah. I had everything all painted and all of that, and then basically the only thing that was left to do that I had been putting off for so long was just a little bit of weathering. I just wanted to do a little bit of filtering basically on the suit there, and then just figuring out some sort of base for them. I had a much smaller base earlier and it was just too small, they were just too close to each other. So I got this, which is just a little bit bigger, just big enough to fit them on there, but still being pretty small and compact. So let me talk to you guys a little bit about what I did for this. So this was my first attempt at trying hand painting using lacquers. Now I've done it a couple times since then. You guys saw it not too long ago on the Kapool kit that I also painted up, but this was actually the one that I did first. And so basically it was just like primed in mahogany, and then I just painted the white, and painting that white on there, which is actually, it's like a off-white cream kind of color. But that took a while. I figured out really quickly that painting, especially like hand painting white on top of dark brown, it takes quite a few coats. It takes a while to get that looking pretty good. And then I wanted to paint some sort of pattern on it as well, so I went with this kind of like a sea shark, kind of like nurse shark sort of like pattern on it. I know, like, I was looking at a lot of different examples of different kind of MechatroWeGo kind of camo patterns, and a lot of times they're inspired off of marine life, and so that was kind of what I was kind of going for with this one. Now, I think it came out pretty well. Basically, it was just kind of, again, just hand painting that, just the brown and the off-white. I'm actually planning on doing a kind of tutorial about how to paint that similar kind of pattern in the near future. And then the little girl figure as well was also just hand painted, relatively simple enough, and then just going in and painting all the details and everything, panel lining just kind of like normal. The watermelon that it's holding, that's just scratch built, I guess if you can call that. It's basically just, I think I was doing something where I was using putty and I had a little bit of epoxy putty left over, so I was like, oh, what can I do with this? I just turned it into a ball, and I thought, well, I could actually use that because it would fit nicely into the hand of the SAFS there. And then I was like, well, what could it be? What can it be doing? And I was like, how about a watermelon? And then I just used the wire. I used a little bit of wire on there for like the stem of that. And actually what the leaves are on there, it's just like, I just trimmed little bits of just like a piece of plastic or a piece of runner or something like that, just with my knife. I just cut off a little tiny bit of that, and it just makes a little curled little bit of plastic, and basically looks like a leaf. And so I just super glued that on there, and it kind of worked out pretty well. And then just painted that in my best painting, which actually worked out really well. I think the painting on the watermelon actually came out looking really super realistic as well, which I was quite happy about how that worked out. But yeah, things just work out. I'm still not really good at painting faces on human figures, especially in this tiny scale, so I definitely still need to work on that. The base as well, like I said, the base was just kind of a thing I was just trying to figure out. I just needed to get it based up, and I was just kind of rummaging through. I have a big box of wood scraps and things like that, and so I thought this would work out pretty well. I was unsure what to do with it because I sanded it down first, and then I was thinking, do I want to paint it, or do I just want to leave it in just this kind of yellowy wood color? So I thought paint it, and then painting the top white. I really like how it came out with painting the top white because it really gives, it basically works as like a light reflector. So you have this really nice like ambient light also reflecting up from the floor that they're standing on there, if you get what I mean. So any light that you have just like around this in the room is going to be reflected up on them. So they're really well lit, kind of really well like naturally lit just by the base from that. So I'm really happy about that. And so it came together just like a really nice thing. As far as like the super the SAFS, I did do a little bit of sort of, I guess you could call it modification to that, just in the fact that I added a couple of option parts to it, like up underneath his armpits, which is going to be pretty much impossible to see. It was just like this kind of flat, empty space there, and I added some vents inside there just for a little bit added detail. And then on the back, I added a little like hook detail above the kind of engine part looking thing on his back. And then on the back of the feet, those wires aren't included. I added those little wires in there. Those are kind of a normal kind of detail. A lot of times are added to these kits, but they're not included in these tiny versions, so I had to add those in myself. The little wires just connecting like from the back of the leg to the back of the feet there. So just a little bit of modification and just a pretty simple paint scheme on this. And yeah, it just makes for a pretty cool little vignette here of a fighting mechanical suit soldier giving a watermelon to a girl. So it's cute, it's simple, it's fun, it's kind of, for how simple it is, you can tell maybe that there's a little bit of kind of like a story there, or at least there's like something happening. And so I like that. I'm pretty happy with how this came out for just something as small. Just to give you guys a sense of the scale, here it is compared to a 1/44 scale HG RX-72 Gundam. So that is going to be it for this video, guys. I do have a couple other projects that are either done or almost done that I'm going to be ready to show you guys here very soon. So yeah, I expect to see probably in the next couple of weeks a handful more painted, completed projects there, hopefully. So yeah, thank you so much for any advice, feedback, criticism, anything you guys want to share down in the comment section below. I appreciate that. If there's anything that you like, don't like, you think it could be better or could have done differently, let me know what you think. I'm always open to any sort of constructive criticism. And one of the things on my list of little tutorial kind of videos that I want to do in the near future is actually taking one of these capsule Maschinen Krieger kits and modifying the joints so you can actually have it posed in like a different pose, because all of them are basically just like standing there like this one is, but if you wanted to have it in some sort of like action pose, as it were, which you really don't see all that often with Maschinen Krieger kits, but if you do want to do that, I want to try it, and so I want to do a video on that. It should be pretty simple, basically just kind of modifying the joints. And so anyway, we'll see that in a future video. I'll try to get to that sooner than later. And yeah, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.